What's the last thing we talked about in the last time?
Sorry.
Sounds like you're doing lines of fucking cocaine.
I know, it's my fucking hole.
It's your hole?
Not that hole. It's I'm getting a root canal. I fucking have a hole in my mouth right now, so I'm just blowing air through it. You know when you have like a cavity and you suck air through it to see if it hurts? I mean, it doesn't hurt, but like
you're not even gonna say hi to them. You're just gonna tell them about your hole in your tooth.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they'd want to be introduced that way. Anyways, hey, this is Brutally Honest. I'm Mike.
I'm Katie.
Okay. No, here's the music. No. We've got like actual music. All right, play.
Yeah, I'm just honest.
What's up?
Hey.
How was your week? Now you explain the fucking hole in your tooth.
Oh. So my week was good, but I just recently fucking woke up with intense amounts of throbbing pain in my mouth. And it was very unpleasant and uncomfortable, and I literally had to go to an emergency dentist appointment yesterday so he could literally cut a hole in my tooth to release the pressure from my tooth. It was nasty.
It looks gross.
It does look gross. But, I mean, like, it feels
There's a fucking hole in your
now.
tooth.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, like, it doesn't...
I don't understand how that works. He drilled a hole into your tooth.
To release pressure, I know.
And then there's a hole, like your nerves are exposed.
My nerves are already dead there.
Just like me. My soul.
Like, essentially, my nerves are dead.
What a goal.
To have dead nerves.
Dead nerves.
There's people who do have that condition, and they can't feel pain. That's not a good thing, though.
No, that's shitty, yeah. I'm gonna
because
take that
then
back.
you don't know, you don't know, hey, I'm on fire.
Like, I mean, you would know. You would see it.
Right, but you wouldn't feel it.
But then you don't feel the burns,
so you don't get the feeling of being on fire. So you could literally light yourself on fire. This is just an example. Or you could extend yourself too far and break a bone. Or like...
Yeah, but like, you don't feel it, so why does it matter?
Because then you're just broken.
I'm used to being broken.
Or burnt to ashes on the ground because
No. You would definitely notice it.
And not
they got on fire,
or like halfway through your legs are gone. Like
they don't just melt away, Mike.
Okay, but
we're not like fucking wax,
right? But you still wouldn't be standing on two legs.
True.
Like where? Like what?
Yeah, but like if your legs were on fire, you would see that.
Right. It was just an example.
Listen, bitch. You gotta be realistic.
You're over-analyzing every word I say.
And mostly I do.
But how was your week?
I moved.
Yeah, how was that?
It was okay. It's I like love where I live and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I hate moving.
Oh, moving. The aspect of moving sucked. Like,
let me guess. You threw some shit in boxes. You had no organization process at all.
No, I folded all my clothes, put them in boxes, and what did I do? Oh, Adam, like, I had to have the stuff in my house, and he had to have the stuff at his house. So I folded all my clothes prior, the ones I wasn't wearing. Like, I was like, oh, these are my summer clothes. I don't have those. And I just, like, boxed them all, and I put them in my car. I had organization. Actually, shout out to my mom and dad, because they packed my car for me.
Oh, did they? Yeah, because they couldn't wait to get your ass out of the house.
Yeah, I've seen them every day since, though.
Oh, have you?
Well, yeah, because I had to keep going to get my mail, so I had to change my address, but... Yeah, so half of the stuff we bought was at my house, and half was at his, so we kind of just packed it all, and really, it was only him, me, and my mom that helped us actually move in, and then his parents came, like, later that day, and that was it. And then I unpacked everything the other day, like, in the kitchen, and he put stuff together, and...
It's fun unpacking, though, like, putting all your stuff in the house,
yeah.
figuring out where things go.
Yeah, we need a couch.
Do you not have one at all?
Like, we have, like, one of those chairs you'd put around, like, a fire at, like, a camp. Or, like, an outdoor soccer game.
Oh, my God.
And we have, like, a chair from his college years.
White trash.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
No,
right now.
I mean, like, you'll get a couch and stuff like that. But
if you need a new bed, ever, get a Nectar. Just saying.
Yeah, you told me about this before, but I don't know what that is.
You order it.
That's not the purple one?
No.
Oh.
But the packaging's blue. The box is blue and white. But it feels like you're sleeping on a fucking cloud. You, like, take it out of the package.
And let it rise?
Let it rise for, I told you this, yeah, 48 hours.
No, I've seen a commercial for it. But,
you don't really have to let it rise for 48 hours. We didn't.
let it rise. It sounds like you're baking bread.
Baking bread for 48 hours.
You have to make sure your bed rises for 48 hours.
And before you lay on it, but too bad.
Add yeast. No,
Sprinkle some yeast on there.
But,
No, besides that,
I was going to say you already had yeast on it.
I do not.
Ew.
I do not. Don't. Ew.
That's really gross. Sorry.
Just like you.
It's fine.
Oh my god. I want to talk about something before we get into talking about the part 2 of our favorite shows and stuff. Animojis are my new favorite thing.
I know.
They look so much. Why doesn't yours have a beard?
It does. It has because the other one they only have full on beards, and I have
there's no scruff
stubble most of the time. Yeah,
mine looks just like me.
But
it's got the double nose piercing, a bunch of freckles.
No, they are cute. I just because I have the older phone right now I have to get an upgrade because
I
my
can't
charger's
talk.
fucking dead. It's
I
cannot charge my phone for the life of me.
Well, I can't talk with my Animoji. I can't use it.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't do that.
I want to do that because I love them. They're super cute. I always think of. I don't know if anybody has seen that Jersey Shore referenced one where they use the bunny and the chick. It was
that
just
shit's so funny.
You told Paulie that you were dancing with some other, I don't know, something like that.
What was literally the one part of that was when her and Ronnie are fighting. Run! Stop!
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got some fucking balls all of a sudden. I've always had balls, honey.
You stay, get your ass beat. You stay, get your ass beat.
Yeah.
You stay, get your ass beat.
Who wrote the note?
You two.
Do you want to know me? Because I came to you as a woman and told you about your man. It's a thing. Who wrote the note? You two. For someone that begged to all the girls in the house, if you know something, tell me. If you know something, tell me. If you know something, tell me.
People become pussies all of a sudden.
Pussies! Pussies up in your fucking face right now. You
I'll
call me a
be
pussy?
your fucking face too. Fuck with me again, I'll fuck around.
Dude, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Here we go. I love that show.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. Even
It's
now,
entertaining. I can't. My sister loves. She will binge watch.
I watch
everything.
it now. Yeah,
I can't.
I love the
I love them all
mindlessness.
together. I do. I don't like Mike.
Really, even now he's changed. Have you watched the new ones?
Yeah. I don't know how much he's changed, but yeah.
I mean, he doesn't do drugs anymore.
It's not so much about a person's actions. It's so much as about who they are that I'm not really a fan.
I like Mike.
But again, I don't hate him.
But also, they all put on a facade for TV. It's
Right.
not real
No, I'm talking about even his
life.
yeah,
His lifestyle.
just the way that he is. But I mean,
Did you see his wedding?
No.
Oh my god, I'll show you.
Why?
It was just so fucking bougie, dude. He's like, oh, traditional Italian wedding. They had a copious amount of food that probably 90% of it got thrown away. They had they probably had 600, 700, 800 guests easily.
That's so unnecessary. I'm sorry.
Even if I had the money, there's no way. They rent out a castle.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
In New Jersey.
I would not, there's no reason you need to have 800 people at your wedding. That's just...
I don't even know 800 people.
Right.
I don't even know 100 people.
I mean, even if you did acquire a decent amount of acquaintances, those are not people that should all be at your wedding.
Yeah.
They're not real, people
It should be
that you
your
need
friends
there.
and family.
Yeah,
And
it should be a close ceremony. It really should. I mean, it's still going to be beautiful, but, I don't think it doesn't have to be huge.
Chris and Kristen had 90.
I'm not trying to rent out a stadium to have a wedding.
No, I we'll probably have maybe a little over 100 people at my wedding.
I mean, that's reasonable.
Not saying a lot. My wedding party is going to be bigger than my wedding.
It's going to be half the wedding.
Yeah, it will be most of the people that go to the wedding will be at my wedding party. I don't know. That's a pretty good show, though.
I mean, again, but that goes with reality television. I can't get into it lately.
Yeah, you said that last time.
I know. I just really, it's just mind-numbing for me right now. But
just right now.
Just right now. I mean, eventually I might be able to get back into them, but not the tea for me right now, dog.
Are you me?
I don't even know where that came from. I'm sorry.
Did you just morph into me?
No, I watched Randy Jackson and the 3 clips of the American Idol that I rewatched 3 times because it showed other people.
It's a no for me, dog.
And it's just he's just my personal
guru.
Yeah,
he's your Yoda. I have not seen all the Star Wars.
Yeah, I trust.
Not that I'm not into it. It's just.
I mean, I could not get you to watch that. You will not watch that.
I just no. I've seen. I think it was this 4, 5, 6. I've seen those.
The one in the 80s.
Yes. The new ones? Do I have to see all of them to see the new ones?
I mean, even the ones now are connected to the, like, they're concluding the Skywalker legacy, which Luke
I don't know what the
Skywalker-
I know who he is, but I don't know the legacy behind it. Like,
Well, there's Luke and Leia. They're twins.
really?
Yeah,
Wow, didn't know.
Leia is you know.
Yeah, with
Carrie
the buns
Fisher.
on her ears.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher.
Who's Carrie Fisher?
She was Debbie Reynolds' daughter. Do you know who Debbie Reynolds is?
If I saw a picture.
Oh my god! She's like a treasure.
Debbie Reynolds?
She played Agatha Cromwell on on Halloween Town.
Oh, now the grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I know who that is.
That's Debbie Reynolds.
Oh.
She plays, well, you haven't gotten that far in Will and Grace, but she plays Grace's mom in
Oh,
Will and
yeah,
Grace.
okay.
But
No, I've seen her mom.
yeah, she had red hair
Yeah.
in the show. But then you have fucking Carrie Fisher, who was in Star Wars. She played Leia.
Yeah, when she was younger.
Yes, and then she's still in it. Before she died, she was in.
She's dead?
She was in
In
these
real
recent
life?
3. Yeah, she died after her mom died from a
Oh,
from
yeah.
heartbreak. Yeah,
That was like within the last couple years.
she died from heartbreak. She like missed her mom so much that she like.
Wasn't it-
No. I think
It was the other way around.
Carrie Fisher died first, and then Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, shitty.
But I know both sides. It was heartbreak because they both were very.
That's
close.
legit.
I remember hearing this one story about Debbie Reynolds when Carrie Fisher was filming Star Wars. They had to fly coach. Oh no, yeah, it's coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to fly coach, and Debbie Reynolds like called up because like they didn't have like the budget. And Carrie Fisher was like, "It's fine. Like I don't care if we fly coach. Like I'm not bougie just because I'm whatever."
Yeah.
And Debbie Reynolds did not appreciate that. She called up George Lucas and was like, "How dare you? Like, my daughter should not be on coach." Like, while flipping out, Carrie Fisher goes, "Give me the phone." She, like, puts her mom on the phone. She goes, "Mom, it's not a big fucking deal. I don't care if I'm on coach. Like, leave the man alone." And, like, hangs up the phone.
Because they had to
whatever.
fly to like remote locations. didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. So, like, it wasn't a big deal, and she didn't care. She
Did you
knew-
know who I am?
Yeah, like, basically, she was like, "How dare you?" Basically, like, and, like, Carrie Fisher was like, "Mom, it's not a big deal. Like, I don't give a shit." And, like, I love Carrie Fisher. She was just a badass. But, I mean, those movies are good if you can really, like the
Dive
storyline is
into
good.
them.
They have he made them as a reflection of what was going on in politics around that time, and like what goes like Newt Gingrich.
Gingrich?
Well, it's Newt Gingrich, but it's Newt Gunray in.
Ooh.
He's
He really
like
went
an
for
alien
it.
being like so like he like
Who's the
puts-
director?
George Lucas. Well, he wrote the stories.
Oh, okay.
And like I don't know who.
So many people are gonna be mad at me that I don't even know anything about Star Wars.
I mean, like, they're really good. They have kind of extended the Skywalker legacy a little too long. Like, the 4, 5, and 6, the one in the
I've
80s.
seen, yeah.
The ones we grew up with were 1, 2, and 3. People gave
In
those
the
movies a
90s?
whole bunch of shit, even though I love those movies.
They're in the 90s, right?
It tells the story of how Anakin becomes Darth Vader.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen those ones.
And Hayden Christensen's in that.
What year was that?
Fucking, what's her name? Natalie Portman, who plays Padme. Or,
So this had to be
yeah, Padme.
like the 2000s, not the 90s.
Yeah, no, this was early 2000s.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, it's a really good story if you get into it, and it's the only film that really takes place in space right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of movies about aliens and stuff. And
That it's.
But you're
it's
saying, like, a
that
universe
takes place
in space.
basically in space.
They're
you see
living in
other
space.
planets. You see
Yeah.
other like. Now, and that's another thing with movies. I feel like they try to focus on making them so Earth based that we don't get anything like really cool because we have to use locations around.
'Cause we
Earth
don't
in
know
order
enough.
Yeah, but like you can use your imagination, like. You know what I mean? I want to see some like cool planets, like things that are not necessarily like. There's planets
Listen,
that
with
fucking wind blows like.
with CGI, they could do anything they want.
Yeah, I mean like
They
so-
fucking had a Tupac concert.
I know.
He's not dead. Conspiracies. Anyways,
I think that's some bullshit that they're still making money off of him now that he's dead.
he's not dead. There's Elvis. Anyways,
Elvis is definitely now dead. Like
no, he would
time
only be
has-
like 75 or 80. I was right.
Now,
He
who
could-
said if he would have lived that long? Oh, but he didn't. So
I guess technically he's dead.
No. He's. I'm pretty.
Do you
good.
actually? This is not a conversation for right now. We'll do that on another podcast. We'll talk about conspiracies. I don't know. Okay. Well, fuck Star Wars for now. I ain't got the time, bitch.
Oh yeah.
I ain't got the time to watch 19 parts of a movie. Okay? I don't.
There's
I just don't. I don't have the time.
9 episodes. Yeah, I know, and you got a lot of things to watch, and it takes you forever to get through things.
Sense8.
Sense8.
Oh, you already did this. We already talked about that. Cut that.
Yeah.
What do you... Can you please explain to me what Rear Window is?
Oh. Okay. Do we want to get into that right now? A Rear Window is one of my favorite films, and it's an Alfred Hitchcock
Do I
film.
know about this? Probably not.
I think I've told you about this before, but it's a movie that this guy, he basically like breaks his leg. He's a photographer, and he like breaks his leg, and he ends up having homebound in his apartment. So now he
I
lives
think
in
I might have
1940s or 1950s.
Does a woman take care of him and she's crazy?
Yes, yeah, she's
I've
crazy.
seen.
I mean, like, okay, so are you thinking about? You're thinking about Misery.
No one. She died. She just slipped away.
Slipped away! Slipped away! She didn't just slip away! You did it! 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 You murdered my Misery!
Annie.
Oh, yeah, but it's the same idea.
That's Kathy Bates and
Misery was a good movie. Yeah.
But it's a good movie, yes. But
he was crazy and he breaks her legs in the movie.
No. She breaks his legs because she's like he writes books. And
Oh,
she's
yeah,
like
that's
a
Misery.
stalker.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, Rear Window.
Rear Window, it takes place in like 1950s New York City, and it's this cool like apartment like set up where in the middle
Was it
there's
made
kind of, like,
back
its own
then?
walkway.
Like, filmed
yeah,
back then?
No, it was filmed back then. It was an old it was like around the time of like Vertigo and like Psycho and stuff like that. Well, later. It's later than Psycho, but
Okay.
Alfred Hitchcock did that. The movie is fantastic. Like, it's an amazing film. If you haven't seen it, like, you should see it because
Add to the list.
it's groundbreaking for like horror cinema. And one of my favorite things that Alfred Hitchcock has said is there's nothing scarier than an unopened door. And I know I've said that before. It's like,
but it's true.
you don't. It's the unknown is scarier than blood, guts, and gore. Like, that's more gross than it is like gross out horror than it is like actual fear.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
For the human race, not knowing something is the scariest thing.
Like the ocean.
Because we don't have an answer. Yeah. And, it's also provoked human thought. But, basically...
The dude got broken legs.
He has a broken leg, so he's in a wheelchair, and he has, like, a nurse that comes in and, like, does, like, massage therapy and stuff like that.
He's in
like,
an apartment.
Yeah, he's in his apartment.
Okay.
And he kind of, like, because of this, he's kind of, like, sitting around his apartment, and he becomes the observer. So he has this camera and like binoculars, so he kind of like just watches, like what his neighbors are going on. And like it's at that time where the windows are open, the curtains are open, like everyone's everyone's outside, and like in this like
Different
little
times.
community. It was and I like the atmosphere of the movie too. It's like very enclosed, and like it's like this New York City like small little
apartment complex.
Yeah, and it has like a little walkway in the middle, and people are gardening outside, and people, there's this there's a ballerina. There's like he's watching Mrs. Lonely.
He's like a creeper. He's like a creeper.
Yeah. I mean, like, it essentially has nothing better to do, so he's, like, kind of observing his neighbors. And it's like, I mean, I would too. They all look super interesting. They all had interesting lives, and he was just sitting in his apartment. But, basically, and then his this girl that he's interested in comes over, and, he, like, talks, and they, like, really like each other or whatever. But, he doesn't really, like, want to be in a serious relationship.
This guy, like, our age?
He's like still like 45 or like
he's older.
I don't know if it's Grace Kelly. I don't know if that she's I think it is Grace Kelly in the movie, and she's under the bed, and she basically like comes over and he tells her that he all of a sudden sees this neighbor across the way that is looking really suspicious, and he has left town. He comes back, and like there's this thing with like this neighbor's dog who like is snooping around, and like all of a sudden he starts snooping around like the flower bed and stuff like that,
Okay.
And so,
The guy?
Yeah. The
guy that's
dog
leaving-
starts snooping around like the flower bed. So he's seeing this dog snoop
He's
around
a
the flower
killer.
bed. Yeah, and he's like, what is going on? And like the guy had a wife, and now he noticed that his wife is no longer there, and
Kill
all
his
of her
wife?
stuff is still there, and he's like packing up her stuff. So he's like observing this murder happen. It's kind of like Disturbia. Have you ever seen Disturbia?
I love Disturbia.
Okay, it's kind
Shia
of
LaBeouf?
they took that concept and kind of turned it into like a
From
yeah, because he had the ankle bracelet, so he couldn't
Yeah.
like leave the house or whatever the vicinity.
Disturbia was so fucking
and he was observing his neighbor. It was literally like a
So they got that idea from
yeah, they got it from
Rear
Alfred
Window.
Hitchcock. Yeah.
Precinct 6, Sergeant Allgood.
Hello. Look, a man is assaulting a woman at 125 West 9th Street, second floor, at the rear. No, make it fast.
Rear Window's a classic movie, but I like Rear Window better because it has a
watch
really
it.
creepy atmosphere.
Does he figure out like that he did the murder? Like he killed his
Yeah,
wife?
like so, and then his girlfriend gets involved, and she's like, "Okay, tell me," because she's like, "Oh, you're crazy," and then she looks out the window
'Cause she can leave the house.
and she notices, and then she's like, "Tell me everything you know about what you saw," and because she sees something weird, and then so finally she's on the same page, and then the nurse is involved. She's like this loudmouth, like funny woman who's just kind of like,
Is this black and white?
did he off his wife? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just kind of like
Oh,
really
yeah.
interested at that point, and just kind of like in for the drama. And so both of them end up sneaking over to his apartment when he's not there to see, and like he's
Not the
watching.
guy-
You're
not the
seeing him
guy.
watch through binoculars, so you don't ever see them.
Does this guy kill them too?
Well, he comes in and they end up getting out, but he knows something's up after
Do you
that.
only see it through his perspective?
You only see it through his perspective.
How does he see the whole apartment?
What do you mean?
Or you only see it
it's
through
the
a
way
window?
that the apartments are set up that you see it. Like you.
Oh, okay.
But it's a great film. You really should see it. It builds suspense very well. Alfred Hitchcock did an amazing job at really
Well, he
creating.
was an amazing man.
He was a great writer. He was
did
very
a lot
creepy
of
himself.
shit.
But yeah, he did Vertigo, Psycho.
Oh, he was a creepy guy.
You could anything. The Birds. Like those are great. I also love the Birds.
No, I can't. I hate birds.
but
Will not watch it.
I just talk about myself. Talk about yours.
But, if you have not, like you as in,
You as in me.
yes. I don't know, I got a song in my head for that for a second. Have you watched The Act?
No, I haven't. But everybody tells me it's really good. It's with what's that bitch? Who's her face?
I don't know what her name
What's
is.
that bitch? Who's
I
her
don't-
face? I don't really know where this is going.
What's that bitch? Who's her face?
Fuck off.
What's that? Ew! I just got the hole in your tooth right now. The Act is about a girl. It's based on a real story, and fuck if I can remember her name right now. The woman.
She's in a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Chloe Grace Moretz, but that's not it. It's
no. Oh my god.
Gypsy Rose.
Yeah, but
Joey
Joey
King.
King.
That's her name.
Yeah, she's young too, I think. Anyways, all right. So The Act is about this woman, Dee Dee, and her daughter Gypsy Rose, and it's based on a true story and true events. Long story short, I'm gonna ruin it, so I'm sorry.
Spoiler alert!
I mean, everyone, you know what happens because like it's a real story. You need to educate yourself about this girl before you watch the series. Her mom led her to believe that she was paralyzed, that she couldn't eat sugar, that she just like had to take all these medications. There's a Munchausen
Why did she
syndrome.
do that? Did she do it for?
She did it for, like-
attachment reasons.
Yeah, and like so she also told Gypsy that her father wanted nothing to do with her, and that was a lie. She like cut her dad off, like Dee Dee cut the dad off from seeing Gypsy, and like but kept collecting like child support and like alimony and shit from him. I think Dee Dee, the reason that she did it in my own mental state and like what I came to conclusion is that she wanted the money from like all these like benefits and
Oh, yeah.
she wanted to make all the money. They got a free house out of the deal. They were like living okay, right? But then Gypsy slowly, as she got older, she had this neighbor, and the girl's probably about the same age as Gypsy was. Like started like, oh, like hang out with us, like hang out with me and my friends, like it's okay, like we'll hang out with you, this, that, blah blah blah. They basically show her a way of life that is not what she knew before. So Gypsy slowly starts to like go on the computer. She makes like a Facebook. She does this. And she meets a boy, and when her and the boy like FaceTime and whatever, like I think it was like Skype back then when we were younger.
Yeah.
And they like would Skype each other in video chat, and she would be like, I really want to like get rid of my mom, and then the guy was like, I'll do it for you. Like he had a couple screws loose. He was like, I'll do it for you. Like they would like fantasize about it. They would like role play like via like Skype. It's so fucked, and it's so like it like fucks with your psyche a little bit watching this. But so basically they would just like role play on fucking Skype, and she never thought it was real until the one day he was like, I will really do this for you. So they plan a strategic thing where he's gonna come in and kill her mom, and then they're gonna get rid of the body and they're gonna run away together.
Doesn't happen that would not.
He shows up at the house at the time and the day that she says to show up, and he's kind of like an awkward guy. Like he's got something wrong with him. And I don't want to say he's not mentally like disabled or mentally handicapped or whatever. He's just a little bit off, you know. So he almost backs out, but he ends up showing up at her house. They're trying to like have him meet her mom, but it didn't work out. So that's what pissed him off like from the jump. And he comes on with this bus, shows up at her house in the middle of the night, and then like goes into her mom's room and fucking stabs her until she fucking bleeds out and dies. And Gypsy's just in the bathroom, like she can't listen. She's in the bathroom. You see her like plugging her ears and like looking in the mirror and like skitzing out. So they fucking kill her mom. They leave the body there and they go. They take a taxi and they just like book it. And then all of a sudden, she goes basically to live with this dude and his family in a different state. And then the cops show up and they find out that they killed her mom. But I mean, in that case, I don't condone.
It comes to, is it justified?
Yeah, so there's like you can plead insanity, like for like if you're mentally like gone, basically you can plead insanity and hopefully you don't get charged. But they both went to jail. They fucking killed somebody. You kidding me? But yeah, she fucking just goes off and kills her mom, and that's that. And I think they might be. I don't know if they're still in prison right now. I think they are. I think he is. I don't know if she is. But her mom, like,
tricky because like
her mom let her to believe.
Her mom basically mentally destroyed her.
No, yeah, she would shave her head.
Yeah,
she would shave her head down to nothing because she told her she was allergic to her hair. So she would fucking shave her head, make her dress like a fucking 5-year-old, and then like it's just so fucked.
It's gross.
It's just
really
so
gross,
fucked.
And that it comes to whether or not you, like I said, you think it's justified.
She couldn't leave.
What could she have done? You know what I mean? Like, and what would you do to escape hell? You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, she also lied about her fucking age. She told her she was like 5 years younger than she actually was, so they could get Gypsy on a system where she was still gonna make money off of her until she was 18. So she fucking lied to her. She was like 23 when she thought she was like 17. Isn't that fucked?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even imagine that.
But it sounds like a good show.
You would like it a lot.
I don't know.
You gotta dedicate yourself to watching it, though.
Like I said, there's only certain things that really stick out to me, and like,
I mean, the way they shot it too, like, is pretty.
Yeah.
Like cinematically speaking, it's like from that standpoint, it's actually pretty well shot.
What I'm saying is, I think there were other things that I would watch over that. You know what I'm saying?
You might get there eventually.
If I ever like get bored enough to where I probably will. Like right now, I can only watch shows like new seasons that come out of shows that I watch, like How to Get Away with Murder. Like that's coming back on.
I've never watched it.
That show is amazing. Like it's first of all, it's a Shondaland show. Like Shonda, I think it's Shonda Rhimes. She really knows how to like do a story. A lot of their stories, it's like in the beginning of the season, it starts out with a scene of like the tragedy that's happening at the end. So
of the series
of the season. So
the season.
Yeah. So
okay.
like the big
Wait,
murder,
it's ending?
This is the last season, but the big murder at the end, like it honestly they can't really stretch out the storyline anymore.
Do you know the murder yet?
You know who gets murdered, and then
you don't know who does it.
You have to figure out. Actually, no, you don't always know who gets murdered.
It's more than one person?
Yeah, like different people have gotten murdered. It's kind of a connection.
It's like a soap opera, kind of.
Kind of, not really. The way it's filmed is like super dramatic. They're law students, so they're going to. She's a law professor, so she knows. No, Victoria.
The main girl,
Viola Davis, who plays an amazing role, and she's just amazing, an amazing actress. And she is this really hard up law professor who's like you know, you gotta play dirty to win, like, you have to, like, you do anything to win, like,
Yeah.
and she, and then she gets caught up in all these murders, and, like,
God.
and then her 5 people that she uses to, like, help her with her firm.
Not her students.
She had, yes, they are her students. They were her students in the beginning, but at the end of
They hired her?
Yeah,
She hired them?
She was like, you get to work for my firm at the end of this season, at the end of this semester if you do really well, but you have to be the top of the class. So all of these students, I mean, the 5 students or whatever, they
They're the top 5.
I think top 5 or it's top 5. They end up working for her. So now they're along for the murders and the ride. They get involved, and, like, so now they're all involved and try to protect each other. And these
It
murders
seems like a
keep
lot.
happening. It's a lot, but it's very good. And they actually have a continuing gay storyline again. But I mean, he is a main character, so I can't say that he's not a main character. It's just a heavy show. So, like, you know, it's not like a lighthearted kind of deal.
No.
At times, I mean, like, it is funny. Like, they do have comical moments, but, like, it's a very intense show, and I do highly recommend watching it, especially because it is the last season coming up. So, like, now you can actually, like, binge it through. And
I'll just
like,
wait till it's done and then
yeah,
binge it.
but it is.
Is it on Netflix?
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's like.
Well, what channel is it on? Like ABC?
It's ABC, yeah. I think it's ABC.
I was gonna say it's gotta be an ABC show.
But I love, like, I do like shows like that if they're shot, and it's shot very well, like, it's super dramatic, and like I said, they start out with the end of the season, like what's going on, and then each episode at the end they give you even, like, obviously each
It's
one-
backwards.
Yeah,
Like, they give
it's
you-
like a countdown almost.
You don't know who gets killed.
You keep finding out who's alive and who was there to witness that, and then it's
So
just
you-
process of elimination, and then you're like, okay, so when you get towards the end, you're like, okay, so we've seen this person.
Like, you know how they die, but you don't know who dies or who
Yes,
does it.
yes.
You know who does it all? Or is that what you're gonna find out?
That's what you find out.
Is that like Pretty Little Liars, where, like, there's an A?
No.
Is it the same person killing everybody?
Different people have different motives, but it's
But it's the same people killing everybody.
yes, it's typically them who keep getting away with these murders, and that's because
the
they're law
students?
yes, and Viola Davis, who's protecting them because she brought them into the mess, and, like, you learn about her
Does
life.
she
and-
kill people?
Has she ever killed anybody? No. Yeah, she's never actually done the work herself, but it's super good, and it ends up. I will tell you the first season. You know what? No, I'm not gonna tell you that. But it's good. Just
Is it
watch
boring?
No, it's very, very intriguing. You're watching it the whole
That
time.
or Sense8
like,
first.
especially because you are into, like, stuff like that, and it goes to courtrooms. Like,
Yeah, I love all that.
You get, like, you know, like, things. I like things like that. Like the Twilight Zone are very, like.
I like the old ones.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the new ones are good too, but, like, the old ones are just, they're classic, and the stories that are told, I would, like, you know, I love watching the Twilight
You like
Zone.
trippy shit.
Yeah, I do. I like other dimensional stuff, like, kind of things that are unexplained.
Was that called, like, multi-dimensional?
I mean, yeah, you could call it multidimensional. Yeah. I watched The 100, which that's super good too.
Meh.
Um,
Marissa, if you're listening, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry to you too, but I could never get into that show.
It was funny the way I stumbled upon it because, like, I
you
was
just on Netflix?
Yeah, I was just looking for things on
couple
Netflix,
years-
and I was
couple
like,
years ago.
The 100. This sounds interesting, and I never knew it was on the CW. Like, I don't. And
Is it
then,
still?
like, yeah. This is I think
almost
the last
over?
season is coming up next. It's the 7th season.
Are you sad?
I'm very sad. It's a very good show. I've gotten attached to all the characters, but it's about these 100 kids who, it's about these 13 stations that are in space because the
Another
Earth
space show.
became uninhabitable due to our lack of care for.
So it's basically predicting the future.
Yeah, essentially. But they end up in space. Like, the survivors end up in space. They've been living on this ark for about over 100 years, and basically they, like, all work together. There's, like, certain people who specialize in certain things, but there's certain rules on the ark, and if you break the ark, you end up as a prisoner. So you have to, you end up in jail. You know what I mean? So they lock
On
you
a
up.
spaceship.
So there's 100 of these kids that have ended up in jail for committing a crime for whatever reason. And
Kids isn't like teenagers?
yeah.
Okay.
And they end up getting sent to the ground because they're using them as test subjects in order to see if
yeah,
the ground is
I remember
inhabitable.
seeing that.
And from there, it's just a whirlwind. Like, things are happening. It's very intense. Like, Clark is, like, the main character, and Bellamy is also one of the main characters. Then there's other main characters as well, but the story is it's their
a
story.
girl and a boy?
Yeah, and
Is Bellamy the girl?
Bellamy is the boy, but he's
Clark
super
is the
hot,
girl?
and Clark is the girl.
I like
Clark
that they
is
did that.
super smart. They need her. She ends up becoming like their leader on the ground because she knows what she's talking about. She's very smart. Her father was the one who like also was very like he was like a mechanic on the Ark or something like that, and like his mom was the main doctor. So her mom was the main doctor.
She knows what's
so,
good.
Yeah, so she was very intelligent when it came to that stuff.
Yeah.
And they kind of looked to her for guidance because she stepped up, and then she has to make some really fucking hard decisions, and then their one line is, you know, we have to survive and then we get our morality back. So they do anything that they need to survive.
Clark, stop! Mom? What is this? They're killing us, aren't they? Reducing population to make more time for the rest of you.
Listen to me. You're being sent to the ground. All 100 of you.
What?
But that's another really good show. I don't know if anybody can get into Pretty Little Liars, but that's a really good show. I mean, it had 7 seasons. It is a little cheesy at some points, but it's not that cheesy. Like it is the drama. I know. Hello. The drama is really good. Like the cast is really good. You really
It was
grow to love
just
the
too.
characters.
It's just too much. They'd be like, A, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't.
Oh my god. It's finally got one too. I'm still here, bitches. And I know everything.
I mean, like the situations, especially when
I think I watched the first couple
they get
seasons.
taken to like this dollhouse at like towards like the 5th season, like they end up actually getting caught and being put in this dollhouse. It's really like mentally like distorting, and it's like holy fuck.
It was that was on ABC Family, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Well, I agree with you on that. I love Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is
it's an amazing fucking
my
show.
shit, bitch.
Yeah, it's
I love
good
those
as
kids. I don't have to go. We don't have to go into it at all because everyone watches it.
Yeah, I know you.
But
all
like,
watched
I
it,
just
but
fucking
how did you
love
feel about this season? Did you like it?
the newest one.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I liked that 11 was like that bitch in this.
I
series.
love the cast. Like they really.
What the fuck?
They really like did the cast so well. Like the storylines, like the way that they connect the universe. Like the Duffer Brothers really know what they're doing when they.
I bet everyone who turned them down feels like an idiot.
Yeah, 30 people, 30. So that goes to show. 30 people may deny you, you know what I'm saying, and say that you're talentless and don't do anything.
I really hate that because like there could be 100 people in the room.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen the newest season, definitely fucking watch it.
You have.
And where the fuck have you been? Like, watch the fucking show. But
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth was really good. That season's coming out soon.
That fucking
Actually,
show.
in a couple weeks.
I never watched the special. Is it still on Netflix?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, definitely
Wasn't
watch
it for like
It's really like for those
what
who
was
haven't
it?
watched
What
it's
holiday
very
was it
crude.
for?
It was
The special was for a holiday.
Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
I think.
Dude, that show's so good.
No, it's so good. Like, it's very crude, so if you don't like things
the
like
guy
that...
from The League is like the writer of it.
What's The League?
I'm not even gonna get into it because you would fucking hate it. It's about fantasy football.
Yep, true. Hate it.
But What's Always Sunny? Do you watch that show?
No.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny.
No, I've heard that. I mean, I watched The Mick, but...
You would like It's Always Sunny. You would. You don't have to watch it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know if I get into it. I mean, I heard a lot of people like it, but I don't know.
The new It movies and the old series that was actually made for TV, which a lot of people don't know.
But like those movies are really good. If we're talking about gay films, which you don't really get many of, God's Own Country is one of my favorite gay films.
I've never seen it.
It basically I mean you wouldn't, but that and Fourth Man Out.
Fourth Man Out is really
God's
good.
Own Country is really is more of a drama, but at
I'd
the same
watch
time
it.
it ends very happily. It's really like it takes place in another country, but they speak English. But it's he like works on a farm or whatever, and he's really got like this kid that it's about, like he is in like Scotland or something like that, and he basically like he works
Is it
on
like
this
a
farm and
Scottish
helps
film?
and like I don't know, but it helps his like father around like the farm and stuff like that, and he's miserable and he goes out and drinks all the time, and he just like has random encounters with guys, like, and just like...
Because his dad probably doesn't approve. He doesn't know.
And luckily, that's not even the narrative of the movie, which I love. But it basically, this kid named Georgi.
What was it?
It's like George, but it's pronounced differently because he's...
Gorgie?
Georgi. But yeah.
Like Gorgonzola cheese?
No. No. But it's he is like Romanian, and he is like a hard worker, and he's very like poetic, but he's like shy and timid. Like he's
Different
very, like,
kid.
yeah, he's totally opposite. And he kind of like goes to live with them to help work on the farm to make some money and stuff like that. And basically he lives in like this trailer.
And he
that they have
gay?
on the back. Never, like, it's not like he's like, oh, hey, I'm gay. Like, they basically, like, the kid that lives there hates him in the beginning. He's like, okay, cool. Like, I don't really, actually, he kind of thinks he's relevant. He's like, all right, I don't need your help, like, whatever. And, like, he has such, like, a hard up exterior, and then
The
this
kid that's already there?
Yeah, and then Yorgi is, like, really, like, compassionate
And it makes
and
me
like
laugh.
loving, and like he tries to like, he shows them that you don't have to be so intense and so like hard up all the time. Like he kind of shows them a different perspective of life, and it's
They
very,
fall in
like,
love.
yeah, and it's very sweet. And at the end they end up together, and it's not like, you know what I mean, like it doesn't end in death, or like nobody dies in the film, like, you know, but it's not like you know, those are the movies that I have to go to because it's not like Disney. It's not like I have a Disney gay prince or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
could.
we don't. We want to. You know that kid Thomas Sanders or whatever? He was on Vine. He does
Yeah.
like all those like singing Vines and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You should look it up. He put like a parody out there, and he was like, I want a gay Disney prince, and it's like him singing with like this other gay kid. I don't know if it's his boyfriend or whatever, but like they composed this like thing, and he's
Really?
he's like singing in a Disney form of how he wants a gay Disney prince, and it's actually like pretty funny. But
My favorite Disney movie of all time is Mulan, though.
yeah,
Mulan is my
I mean,
favorite.
I like Mulan. I just went to go see the Lion King, the live action.
You went to see Lion with who?
with Jake. Shout out to Jake.
What? Is Lion King still
Yeah, it
out
was-
in theaters?
Yeah, it wasn't good. It really was. I didn't think it was that good at all.
Yikes.
But
I'm not watching.
They showed the trailer for Mulan,
I know. I've seen it.
and I'm not
It looks-
watching
it
that.
looks awful.
terrible. They took out all they took out Mushu. They took out all of the.
There is not the same movie as it was, and the comedy in Mulan itself originally is some of the best.
They're trying to make it a
comedy
dramatic like.
No, it's a fucking. It is dramatic. That movie is dramatic, but
But the
it's
charm
so
of those
funny.
movies was the fact that they had
Mushu.
those clips.
Mushu
They had-
was my shit.
Yeah, they had those funny, like, and Eddie Murphy's still around. Like, they could have had Eddie Murphy voice the dragon. So I don't understand why they couldn't have just taken, like, they try to ruin everything, and I just, like,
Yeah, well-
like, Aladdin, like,
I was just gonna say the live action Aladdin was really good.
it was good. Out of all of them, I think that was the one I could probably tolerate the most.
Probably.
But again, I still would prefer the cartoon.
Will Smith did great though. I thought Will Smith did
He
great.
did better than I thought he was going to do. He
Quite
was
good.
Yeah, he did all right. But I did like Aladdin. I think he did a good job.
Yeah.
And I also Jasmine. She's in Charlie's
yeah.
Angels now.
Yeah.
forgot
Which
her
I
name.
want to go see.
Yeah, I do want to see that too. But I mean, that Aladdin is one of my favorite Disney movies. Actually, my favorite Disney movie. I can always go back and
That's
watch Aladdin, and
Mulan
especially
for me.
because it's like more of it's focused on a guy's perspective
Yeah.
than the rest of the Disney
He's a prince.
princesses. Yeah.
He's technically
It was-
a Disney prince.
Yeah, and I grew up watching Aladdin all the
I'm
time.
not a huge
And I had a biggest crush on Aladdin too. So that also.
the cartoon.
But have you ever seen How to Train Your Dragon? It's
Yes,
not
I've seen
Disney,
him.
but
I've seen
it's-
him with you.
Oh yeah, well, you have.
Yes, we went to go see the newest one like a couple months ago.
Oh, it's so good.
Your cat looks like Toothless. We talk about this all the time.
Each there's 3 films in each one.
Gets better.
It's so good.
Yeah, the newest one I cried.
Yeah, like I cry at every single one, every single time I watch it. Like it's so like heartfelt. If you want to watch an animated film, it's so good. Like you really bond.
I'm gonna
with
go
the
home and
character.
rewatch them.
Yeah, it makes you feel so like whole afterwards.
I'm telling you guys right now that Mike's cat looks like fucking Toothless.
But
Should have named her Toothless.
I didn't see that movie until after we got her, and B, Anubis is more fitting.
Yeah, 'cause she's a bitch.
Yeah. But
Never thought I'd call a cat a bitch, but guess what?
okay, well you're a cunt.
Yeah, but your cat's an asshole.
Yeah, I can't really say she's not. Anyways.
Get a new cat.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding.
But anything else on that?
No.
Watch TV, watch movies. They're
I
good.
mean, don't melt your mind. Read a book too, but
I don't know. I mean, why read when you got the movie?
because books are more intriguing.
I forgot about that fucking quote.
I mean, like,
They're
make it
simple.
easy on yourself. Like, if you have to read a book for school, if they have a movie, just go rent the movie.
It's not the same thing.
I know. No, I'm kidding. No, don't fucking do that. That's a bad idea.
No, but TV and movie are important.
I think I want to go into acting, and I think I've talked about this. I think that I want to pursue that. I think I'd be a good actor, and I think that I since I love TV and film, I love the way it all works.
I think you would do great.
I think I know TV well. I know movies. I know how they do things behind the scenes, and I think that it would be. Now, obviously, I don't know everything. I'd have to go on.
If you get famous, you're gonna forget about me.
That's the thing, though. I don't want to get famous. And I'm not saying, oh, I'll get famous. But, because that's not really my goal. I want to do it because I want to play different characters.
You're going to move. You know that, right? Acting would be fun.
Acting would be super fun. I don't want to be famous, though. I really don't want a huge following. I don't.
I want to be famous. You can sell us for $1 million because I'm going to be famous. Tying that all back to Degrassi.
Degrassi. But yeah, that's our take on, if I definitely recommend you go and check out those shows that we've mentioned, and there's a whole shit ton more, but
there's a lot.
Those are the ones that we've narrowed down to probably our favorites. So
yeah, for sure.
And I'm missing some. Pirates of the Caribbean, love those movies.
Love Simon.
The first 3 at least, and then the 4th one, or the 5th one. I think there's 5.
4th one shit.
4th one was just, it didn't have, it just, yeah.
Love Simon is one of my favorite movies too.
I love Simon.
We're about to go off again. We gotta go.
I know. This has been a long ass podcast.
I got one. Ready? So long, farewell to you, my friends.
I thought you were gonna say Abida Zane goodnight
farewell
from The Sound of Music.
Until we meet again. Remember that? It's been great to play and sing together.
I don't know.
In the box.
Oh.
And now it's time to say goodbye.
Oh, it's Out of the Box. I forgot about that. Okay, bye.
Bye. How'd you forget about Out of the Box? What the fuck is good?
Okay.
Bitches, make sure you like, subscribe, share.
Share, like, subscribe, all the fucking things.
All the fucking things.
All the things. Do all the things.
And go back and rewatch or re-listen to every single podcast.
We've got, go like them too, because go
make a fucking YouTube.
Tell us something that you want us to talk about. We could use topics and stuff like that if you want to.
Slide in Mike's DMs. He loves that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, slide in Mike's personal DMs.
Brutally honest DMs, and then we'll take the notes from there or comment on.
Slide right into Mike's DMs.
Anyways, I'm Mike.
I'm Katie.
And this has been Brutally Honest.
You little bitch. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm just honest.